Hey, what's up? Haven't made a video and I looked at my account. It said over a year. I haven't been on here in a year. Anyhow, well, without going into where I've been, I'll just get right into why I wanted to make this video. I just got done rapping with some cats, and I was talking about what we need to do to heal, and what we need to do to heal is access our suffering. We have to chip away and whittle away and unravel to the point where we can talk about our grief in a way that allows us in an honest way, and we got to learn how to cry. We got to talk about our suffering in a way that accesses those feelings of grief in a way so that we can process it. The only way that I found to process that in a healthy way that gave me any sort of freedom from that suffering is learning how to cry. Got to learn how to cry, and what that does. And I talked at great length about all sorts of stuff, but the things I was talking about these cats with that inspired me to hop on here and make this video is that there was indirect gifts that I've gotten from healing. Along the way in my life over the years, lots of problems got solved indirectly by healing, and created space within myself that left me capable to be able to do things that I'd never been able to do before. And there's two things that I wanted to share. First is that there was this power, there was this solid foundation that I get to carry with me wherever I go, of not giving a fuck about what anyone else says, and like a freedom from the fear of being judged, or and then it goes hand in hand with kind of judging myself or whatever, but there was a freedom from that, and I learned how to take care of my own emotional well-being, and it gave me a relationship with the universe that I can bank on, and the other thing that I want to share is that not only do I have this emotional strength, this impervious emotional strength, like I don't give a fuck what anyone fucking says, because people can be held up for public ridicule, and it's happened to me a few different times, and And most people can't fucking deal with that shit. Like the first time it happens, it freaks the motherfucker out. And I don't care, because I know who I am and I know who I'm not. And what the other thing that gave me is that there's nothing that anyone can say, bad or good, that's going to make me feel different about myself. I'm able to receive a compliment. Somebody can say something nice to me, and it doesn't go to my head. Like there's this old colloquialism: if you let the good shit go to your head, then the bad shit will go to your heart. And I can receive a compliment. Somebody can say, "Hey man, I really appreciate you," or "Wow, that really helped me out," or whatever, and it doesn't fill my false pride or my vanity or ego. It's just I can say thanks, and that's fucking awesome. It's huge, and there's no amount of money on earth that can buy that. There's no amount of it doesn't matter it doesn't matter if you're a billionaire or a fucking trillionaire. I know for a fact that shit can't be bought on a shelf. The power, the freedom, the emotional freedom from being bound to the rest of the world through and the fear of what they may think or how they may perceive or any of that shit. Knowing that emotionally unhealthy people are incapable of recognizing healthy behavior, I no longer give a fuck. I do not give a fuck what anyone else fucking thinks, and it's so great. And that's a promise. That's an attainable promise that I can promise everyone, every single fucking person. It's if you do the work to address your grief, I can promise you that that gift is available to you, and many more. Like, and no matter how healthy I get, no matter how much work I've done, I know that I'm still currently incapable of imagining how good life can be, like how much better that it could actually get, and the potential that God has for my fucking life. And all I got to do is to do the next right thing, take care of my own emotional well-being, and everything else, and keep my hands. Keep my hands out of it, and the rest of it fucking gets taken care of for me. It's beautiful. I love it. Anyhow, I hope that helped, and I'm just trying to spread a little bit of hope, man. That no matter, like, we all think we are alone, and we all think we're fucked up, and we all think it's our fault, and it's not our fault. It's trauma. It's abuse. It's stuff that we can get through, and as long as I know that as long as I'm honest with myself, and as long as I'm honest in a way that accesses that grief, that's the shit that changes my life. It changes how I feel. It changes the frequency that I'm putting out into the universe. It changes the message that I'm really sending out there, because I believe that we all get what we ask for, whether we like it or not. And so it changes that. And it takes one of those sharp edges out of the world. Out of all the thousands and millions of sharp edges in life, there's like one less sharp edge that affects me, and it just makes my life that much cleaner, a little bit at a time. It just cleans my life up, and I feel better, and I feel freer. I'm allowed to be more myself. It allows me to become more my authentic self. And it also makes me more comfortable in my skin. And when shit happens, there's less visceral reactions in my life to the world around me, and I just get to live my life. I get to live my life, and I get to be who I am, and I get to be freed from the destiny of being crippled by this shit, because it's the shit that kills people. You know what I mean? If you don't, and this is, true for me, you, anyone else, like, if we don't deal with our shit, it eventually gets bigger than our ability to fucking ignore it. And then we have to face it. And there's no escaping it. Even in death, you cannot escape it. Even in death, so I mean, it's my mission to fucking get through as much of this shit as possible, so I never have to fucking do any of this shit again. But yeah, that's a little bit more than I thought I was going to share. Anyhow, again, I hope it helps, and I hope all of you are well.